Hi, this is Kelly from paperbeadrollers.com, and today we're making paper bead pendants. Let's get started. These paper bead pendants look like they have two sections, but it's rolled as one solid bead. I've designed 4 different shapes: round, rounded saucer, bicone, and this last bead has a very special name. We had a naming contest in the Paper Bead Fanatics group on Facebook. The winner will receive the digital templates for all 4 of these bead designs. And the winner is Barbara Dixon, who suggested Amphora bead. She said the bead looks like an ancient Greek jug called an amphora. Thanks to everyone who entered the contest. If you'd like a chance to enter the next contest, join us over on Facebook in Paper Bead Fanatics. The link is in the video description. Now, on to the bead rolling. I do want to mention that if you are sizing and cutting these strips manually, this is considered an advanced bead. The measurements are not simple, and you'll need a ruler that shows you 1/8 of an inch. Instead of putting the measurements in this video, which honestly was getting really complicated, I created a free PDF download with the measurements in it. You'll find the link to that download in the video description or in the tutorial section at paperbeadrollers.com. The free download includes all the measurements for all 4 styles of pendant beads, but it is not a 2-scale template. The supplies you'll need for these beads are a bead roller. I recommend either the green or the purple bead roller from paperbeadrollers.com, some white glue, a bead glaze like triple thick, and a paintbrush. You'll also need some toothpicks to hold the beads while you glaze them, and a foam block or something to stick the toothpicks in while the beads dry. First, we'll roll the rounded saucer bead. There are 3 strips for this bead, and they are all 11 inches long. Now remember that you can get the exact measurements for free at the link in the video description. I'm going to use the green size roller from paperbeadrollers.com. I found that it's easier if you place the strip so that the small piece is at the end of the roller. Then, roll the longer piece first. Try to keep the strip as centered as possible. You can stop and adjust it a bit if you need to. Just try to ignore the little strip. It may curl and try to get in your way, and that's fine. Just don't damage it or get it caught in your rolling. Tack the end of the first strip down with a bit of glue. Then add the second strip, butted right up against the first strip. You may have to hold it in place for a few seconds to be sure it doesn't slip as you roll. Tack that end down, and now you can add strip 3 in the same way. When you get to the end, add just a bit of glue and smooth that end down. Now you have a lovely rounded saucer. It's time for the short piece. Simply grab the end of the small strip and wrap it around, angling up to create a cone shape. When you get to the end, put a bit of glue on it and press it down tight. Now carefully remove the bead from the roller and you're done. The round pendant bead also has 3 strips. It'll curl a bit, and that's fine, just don't damage it. It's in it. Load the strip into the slot with the smaller strip toward the end of the roller. Start with the larger strip and do your best to ignore the smaller strip. When you get to the end of the first strip, tack it down with a bit of glue and line the second strip right up against it. Tack down the end of the second strip and then line up the third strip. Tack down the end of the third strip, and now you're ready to tackle the short bail strip. Grasp the tip of the bail strip and wrap it around at an angle to create a cone shape. This can be as steep or shallow of an angle as you like. Tack it down with some glue and you're done with your round pendant bead. The Bicone bead has only 2 strips, but it's made just like the first 2 pendant beads. Load the strip with the small end toward the tip. Roll the first strip. Then tack it down. Then add in your second strip. When you're finished with the bottom, wrap the short strip at an angle to make a cone. And you're done with your Bicone pendant bead. Now for the final pendant bead, the Amphora bead. This bead has 2 strips, and it's made just like the other pendant bead. So, while you're watching me roll this bead, I'll tell you a bit about the naming contest we had in the Paper Bead Fanatics Facebook group. There were over 30 entries, and one thing became very clear. We are one creative group of crafters. We had all kinds of suggestions, from baby bottle beads to the Batman bomb. There were a few suggestions for how this bead might look good in a dollhouse or fairy garden as a bottle. Congratulations again to Barbara Dixon, our winner, who suggested Amphora bead. She wins all 4 pendant bead digital templates. All that's left is to give these a nice coat of glaze. We're going to use the triple thick. Just put it in my tray. And brush it right on, making sure that I get the bottom and all the edges. I may put 2 or 3 coats on this just to make sure it will stand up to everyday wear. For the 2 weeks after this video goes live, we're having another contest. Here's a very simple example of how I might use this pendant bead, but I want to see how you use these pendant beads. You can enter your project photos inside the Facebook group. And if you're watching this video after the contest is over, no worries. We have contests and giveaways all the time. So join us and see what's up right now in the Paper Bead Fanatics Facebook group. The link is in the description. Have fun making your pendant beads.